Happy halfway point, everybody. We're in mid-October, which means things are starting to shape up in the league. I'm Aaron Pryor, and this is Big 12 Big Football, presented by Dr. Pepper. Oklahoma and Baylor are sitting at the top of the Big 12 standings as we sit now, both 3-0 in league play. Iowa State, Texas, and TCU each have one Big 12 loss. Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, West Virginia, and Kansas State are all above 500 still overall. And Kansas, coming off a bye week, looks to get things going with new offensive coordinator Brent Dearman. And we start in Lubbock, where it's homecoming weekend as Iowa State comes to town. The Cyclones have won the last three against Texas Tech and are currently 9-0 in the month of October, dating back to 2017. I want to spend some time on the guy that's kept things going for Iowa State since his first start last season, quarterback Brock Purdy. BP is 7th nationally in total offense per game. He's also one of only 3 players in the country to have at least 11 passing touchdowns and 6 rushing touchdowns. His ability to make plays with his feet has been a dimension of the Iowa State offense that they've certainly needed. Purdy chose Iowa State over Alabama, Texas A&M, and UCF to name a few, and has helped orchestrate Matt Campbell's turnaround of the Iowa State program. Purdy is currently the Cyclones' all-time career leader in completion percentage and passing efficiency. His ability to run and throw the ball is a big reason why Iowa State is 5th in the country in red zone offense, coming away empty-handed only one time this entire season. And hey, how about true freshman running back Breece Hall? The rookie popped off for 132 yards and 3 touchdowns against West Virginia last weekend. The run game has certainly dropped off for Iowa State since David Montgomery's departure last season, so having somebody like Hall burst onto the scene can only help the Cyclone offense. Iowa State, though, will need to be clicking on all cylinders. You know the Red Raiders will be fired up and ready to roll on homecoming. That Tech defense continues to ball out. We talked about Douglas Coleman last week, and what do you know, DC3 had another interception last week against Baylor, running his total to 6 on the season, and yes, he still leads the country. The Tech D picked off Charlie Brewer 3 times, had a forced fumble, and 2 sacks in the game. Offensively, SaRodorick Thompson really got it rolling against Baylor. The redshirt freshman had a career-high 153 yards and 2 touchdowns, the most rushing yards by a Red Raider since Justin Stockton in 2016. Tech, of course, will have to try to continue to run the ball against an Iowa State defense that ranks 2nd in the Big 12 in stopping the run. We'll go over to Manhattan now, where TCU travels to the Little Apple for what in recent history has been the "these teams don't score a whole lot of points on each other" bowl. Not a real bowl game, just made it up, okay? TCU and Kansas State have 2 of the toughest defenses in the league. The Frogs lead the league in total defense and rushing defense. That's top 20 in the country as well. Kansas State is 2nd in the Big 12 in scoring defense and is 1st in the league in passing yards allowed per game. The Wildcats have only surrendered 7 touchdowns thus far this year. For TCU junior Ross Blacklock, it's been a long road back. The 2017 Freshman All-American and Big 12 Freshman Defensive Lineman of the Year, Blacklock suffered a season-ending injury before the 2018 campaign even started. One of a slew of injuries the Horned Frogs had to deal with a year ago. But a healthy Blacklock is a great thing for TCU. He's starting to work his way back into the guy who we saw 2 seasons ago. Ross's performance against Kansas on September 28th was his best of the season. The 6'4" Missouri City native had 5 tackles, 2.5 TFLs, and a half sack. 2018 was a rough season for Ross, but he came out the other side and learned a few things along the way.
Just, waking up on Saturdays and realize wishing you was in the hotel room, but in reality, you sitting in your bed, watching your teammates playing. It was tough. It was definitely a battle for me, mentally wise, but I fought through it. And I see it as more of a blessing in disguise than something that's, oh, he tore the Achilles, that's so bad. But it helped reshape me mentally and helped me improve my game to on a whole nother level that I thought I could never reach. I know my first year was, whatever accolades I got, that was long gone now. I'm not even thinking about that anymore. It's a new me, new year, so I just want to go out there and just improve. And the year whatever year I did have when I did play, I wanted 3 times, 4 times better than that.
The DNs in this game are gonna be fun to watch. K-State's Wyatt Hubert is someone who continues to cause problems in his own right. The self-described shorter than normal defensive end, Hubert is a high motor kid that leads the Cats in tackles for loss and sacks, and flowing locks of hair. Wyatt notched 2 sacks against Oklahoma State, but was held quiet against Baylor the following week. Kansas State needs a spark on defense, and someone like Hubert should be more than up to that task.
Just a tenacious, mean, nasty, aggressive football player that can do everything. Can play the run. Can't block him at the point of attack. Has the ability to speed rush you, has the ability to bull rush you, as well as another guy that I think is just scratching the surface from the mentality side of things, as far as learning more about the game so that he can perfect his position, because he's still a young player, but he's just got all the physical tools to be a great one.
Kansas State and TCU get rolling at 1:30 p.m. Central Time on Fox Sports Net. Great weather in the forecast for Saturday when things get going. I want to mention one other game real quick: Oklahoma State versus Baylor, and OSU's running back Chuba Hubbard. It's homecoming week in Stillwater. We all know that Hoko at OSU is next level, just like their running back Chuba Hubbard, who continues to lead the country in total rushing and rushing yards per game and all-purpose yards. He's second in the FBS in rushing touchdowns. So there's no surprise that the Canadian Cowboys Heisman campaign launched this week and included a special shout-out from the one and only, the great one, Wayne Gretzky.
Hi Chuba, this is Wayne Gretzky, and I just wanted to pass on our congratulations from everyone in Edmonton. We're all really proud of you. Keep going.
The gap in rushing yards per game between Hubbard and second in the FBS, Ohio State's J.K. Dobbins, is 44.6 yards per game. That's a bigger gap than Dobbins to the 33rd ranked player in the national rushing standings. Baylor is squarely third in the Big 12 in rushing defense, only giving up 113 yards a game, way below Chuba Hubbard's average. They'll need that defense to hold strong and for the Charlie Brewer-led offense to protect the football if Baylor wants to get out of Stillwater with a win. Now, I didn't see any complaints from top plays last week, so let's give it another try. Here are the top plays from Week 7 of Big 12 football.
Great play by James Lynch, popping that ball up.
Now on 1st and down, Charlie Brewer taking the shot down the field, and he's got his man Thornton for the catch.
1st and 10 at the 27. Hurts throws off his back foot again. CD Lamb, touchdown OU. CD, another TD.
Hasty to the end zone, touchdown. Baylor wins in double overtime.
Top of your screen, sets in the slot. Quick pressure, the perfect call, picked off. Room service, Mountaineers. Tyke Smith. A start for Vic Koning's defense. Good concentration when that ball's in the air to locate it, go back to it.
2nd down and 10 at the 49. They'll run it again. Flea flicker. Hurts wide open. CD in space. CD Lamb still running. Hits the corner. CD for the TD. 51 yards. Electric with the ball in his hands, and he doesn't disappoint. The flea flicker, the give inside to Brooks. He flips it back wide open over there. CD Lamb. Look as he goes right inside, and then right here, the missed tackle, the strength he shows, and he gets all the way to the corner for the TD.
That's it. That's all we got. Thanks for watching, everybody. Get out there and enjoy this weekend and sprinkle a little Big 12 football in along the way. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next week.